There is a vibe that you have cultivated a very, 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 very long time ago. And it's something that you kind of needed to put on ice or put a pin in for a while in order to focus on other things. I'm hearing bigger and better things that would allow you to, at some point, embrace this vibe. Okay? You're being encouraged now to start looking into it, to start making plans, to start daydreaming about it, maybe vision boards or watching videos or themed content about it. Perhaps allowing yourself to, dream about it, make plans, see what the process of doing this or starting this or becoming this or whatever would look like. Okay? You're being encouraged to, introduce the vibe back into your energy field. Now, it doesn't go anywhere because it's part of your authentic self, but there's also this, I'm hearing if then. Now, you've worked so long on if I can build this, if I can do this, if I can become this, if I can have this, if I can do this, then I'll be able to do this. For example, if I can have X amount of money, then I can buy blank. If I can build this, then I can do that. If I can start this, then I can go here, so on and so forth. An if-then statement is also how you form a hypothesis. I don't know why I felt the need to drop that. So let's see. Someone's like, I don't know either. Then it wasn't for us, okay, but it's for someone out there. Okay, so, right now you're being encouraged to be less serious, okay? Now, this isn't to say to neglect your responsibilities, but it is to say to have a little bit of fun, okay? I'm hearing this song Ready to Run by the Dixie Chicks. And also, my kitten, right there, I had the yamas and the niyamas above my bed. She just thoroughly ripped them down and threw them at me. And right when I was saying, be less serious, have more fun, this, if you're unfamiliar with what this is, these are, yogic virtues. These are the virtues that I live my life by. Very strictly, in a disciplined format, okay? Now, there are good morals and virtues to have. I stand by that. But you're being encouraged not to be amoral by any means. You're not being encouraged to, go crazy, but you are being encouraged to, have a little bit of fun, maybe let loose, let your hair go wild, or, wear a splash of color. Explore that version of you that vibe just was so natural on. The version of you that wore that vibe really naturally, not the version of you that you needed to grow into in order, this is a version of you right now that you've needed to grow into in order to reach that goal. But in doing so, you didn't lose the version of you that wants to have that goal. It's simply that the version of you that enmeshed with so well was also a version of you that was maybe younger. I'm hearing that song, there's a song younger and wiser than me or something. I don't really know it, but it's coming up. But there's definitely this energy of coming back into this vibe, but seeing how you wear it now. Seeing how you wear that vibe now that you've learned what you've learned, that you've maybe aged a little bit, that you've grown into who you've grown into. I'm the words are not coming out all the way. There's a shyness here to the words. There's something about expressing this, that it's a vibe that you want to sit in. Queen of Wands is coming out. There's a vibe here that you want to sit in, and it's beautiful, but in acting on it, it feels like, oh, I couldn't possibly do that now, or after all I've been through, or after where my current life is, or not with my current home situation. There's something like this, okay? There's a feeling that if you wanted X, then you must become or do Y. And so now you're Y, and you're looking, well, I can't go back at X. So Spirit is saying, so you're not X, you've grown into Y, but there is a Z form, ultimate Z form of you, that is all of these things encompassed. And any of these difficulties or blockages remaining, or perceived difficulties or blockages, they will get taken care of in their own right. Don't worry about them, and don't allow them to be deciding factors for you. Assume that everything's going to work out in your best interest in a way that will bring you joy as well. And right now your job is not to, pick up the pen and paper, write it down, get it done, put it on your to-do list. And it's also not to fully scrap it. Right now your job is to visualize and daydream and maybe put yourself in maybe communities that talk about it, or watch movies or TV shows that are similar to that, the vibe, the culture, the community, the essence, that artistry, whatever it is, okay? Because it's seeing how your like the X vibe and the Y vibe like coalesce, come together and create this like new form, this new version of you that is becoming. You are being encouraged at this point in time to manifest, and also don't worry about the way that it occurs. Just manifest for it to occur. Okay? Oftentimes in manifestation, it depends on your vibe, what you're trying to manifest, where you are in your spiritual journey. A lot of different factors. There's not one right way to manifest. If someone tells you otherwise, don't listen to them. Swear to God. Don't do it. Okay? Because it is contextual. Sometimes to manifest, you need to let go of the outcome. Focus on the becoming, focus on the process. Here, you have focused on the becoming, you focused on the process. So now you're being encouraged to release that and focus on the outcome and trust that you will get there. It's not act as if, it's slowly introduce that vibe. It's like when you put a fish, when you clean out a fish tank, or you put a fish into a new tank, you want to slowly introduce it to its habitat. You have the same temperature water, the old water, you let it float around in the water, in that new temperature a little bit. You allow the temperatures to, come together. The fish finds homeostasis, it's comfortable in the water, you introduce it slowly, and then it can swim around and it's happy in its new habitat. You don't just dump the fish in a different temperature or a different tank, you know? So you're being encouraged to do that with yourself, kind of, with this vibe, okay? But you're also going to find that it's something that feels really, really good in your heart space. It resonates with that version of you that's spiritual and beautiful and creative and loving and empathetic. And when you look back, you see that there's a version of you that is beautiful that you maybe miss. But also, when you look back at this version of you, there's almost this, I wish that I knew what I know now when I was younger. Like that kind of vibe a little bit. But almost wanting to reintroduce yourself to something, like an environment, a stimuli, a vibe, knowing what you know. And hence this intuition. At that point in time in your life, you might have even been receiving a lot of intuitive messages or downloads, or listening to a lot of tarot readings, or being interested in the topic of, what does my future self want to tell me? Now is one of those moments where you're, oh wow, like I'm being really reintroduced into that vibe, guiding your past self. And there's a version of you that's saying, come on, you're this close, you're this close, you're this close, helping you out right now. Your consciousness is what's changed. Your spark has not. Your truth has not changed. It has refined. And your ability to pivot is extraordinary, is what I'm getting. Like in the most dramatized sense possible. It's extraordinary, your ability to pivot. And there are a lot of things that have been pivoting, switching, upside down, sustained for you lately. A lot of things. And I'm also being shown a sustain pedal on a piano or a keyboard, interestingly enough. There's something here that you have flipped on its head, your perspective. There's something here that has kind of wrung out over a long period of time. But now, you know, when you finish a song, you hit that last chord or that note or whatever that is, that riff, and you have the sustain pedal. And you're done with the song, but it still echoes for a while. And then there's that natural fade out point where you gently lift your foot off the pedal, and it doesn't sound abrupt or abrasive. Like it doesn't just cut, you know. There's that, your hands are off the instrument, you know, but it still is just beautiful. And you are creating cutoffs, but they're peaceful, they're illegible. That there's something like this that has been occurring in your life. And it's connected to your fulfillment, your happiness, what you define as home, and also your spirituality. Your intuition here has been telling you for a very long time, you deserve so much better than something that's around you. And what is around you right now is something that you prayed so hard for, manifested so hard, something that other people look at and they really, really want. But you want to be happy and follow your heart. So take the steps there, because you don't need to any longer sacrifice X for Y. You're growing into Z.